I want to share with you guys a strategy that I use in our agency that has helped us build a multi-million-dollar life insurance agency to make our clients worth more money without having to sell more people. And we literally use this strategy, and every single week we make about 7 to 10 extra sales for free without having to pay a new acquisition cost. And we make our clients pay more money and ultimately want to stick with us longer. So if you wanted to share with you guys, I want to share with you the same exact strategy. And if you use this, I promise you, you're going to make more money. Like, it's simple enough and it's not much that you have to do. It literally takes less than 2 to 5 minutes to set up. And if you set this up, I promise you, you are going to make more money. It's like the easiest and dumbest thing that I ever did in the business, and it produced cash every single week by doing it. So you have a book of business, right? So if you're selling people, make sure that you have a place where you can put your book of business, you can manage your book of business. It's really important that if clients are on the books, you understand where they're at. Are they on the books for 3 months? Are they on the books for 5 months? Are they on the books for 12 months? Are they on the books for 15 months? And you also want to track, when did they fall off? So if you had a client for 3 months, you want to track how many clients are falling off within the 3 months. Clients are falling off in 6 months, and you can understand where are your retention problems. And you got to fix those holes in the bucket, because in life insurance, everyone's spending money to acquire new clients. And all you want to do is you want to implement this simple strategy. So now that you know where your clients fall, you need to understand if it's a guaranteed issue policy or a simplified issue policy. So let's say Miss Betty, the strategy is this. Let's say Miss Betty has a guaranteed issue policy and it's an AIG policy. I know that the insurance company has advanced me the money saying, hey, here's $500, Peter, because you sold her policy. Now, you have to promise me that she's going to stay on the books for 6 months. Now, if she doesn't stay on the book for 6 months, you're going to have to pay back money. And that's what we call a chargeback. And chargebacks absolutely suck. We don't want those, okay? But let's say she makes it 6 months. Then you're like, okay, gosh, I can breathe. I don't have to pay back any more money to the insurance company. They advance me the money, so I don't have to have one of those chargebacks. This is good news. On month 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, when it's guaranteed issue policy, you're going to get the back end commission. So you're going to get the small advance, the 6-month advance, and then you're going to get months 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all in small increments. But here's the simple hack. You make your money when you sell life insurance on how much front end cash you collect. That allows you to invest in resources, allows you to spend more money, acquire, pay more in your ad spend, and ultimately, all you have to do is this. When your client reaches their 6-month mark, when it's a guaranteed issue policy, you reach out to them and you send them a simple text. Hey, Miss Betty, it's Peter. 6 months ago, I got you a life insurance policy with AIG. Did you want to go ahead and increase your coverage? Because a lot of our clients do. Do you want to go ahead and do that as well? And if they say yes, well, guess what you do? If it's a carrier and you can increase your coverage, you can just call into the carrier and you can increase your coverage, or write them a second policy, or see if they're in better health. See if their health has changed and find them a better policy, and then you can write another policy. Now you have one client who has 2 policies, and now you're going to collect more front-end cash, and you're going to make more money when it's a guaranteed issue policy. And you're going to use that same exact strategy, the simplest strategy ever. You're going to go ahead when it's a simplified issue. Now it changes when it's simplified issue. When it's simplified issue, your prospect has to pay for 9 months. Typically, if it's a 9-month advance, okay? So you have to wait. You have to use the same strategy. Wait for month 9 to hit, and when month 9 hits, then you send the same message. Hey, Miss Betty, it's Peter. You got a policy with Mutual Omaha with us, 9 months ago. A lot of our clients want to increase their coverage. Do you want to do the same? If they say yes, you call them up and say, hey, Miss Betty, you only have the $20,000 policy. Did you want to go up to the 25? Did you want to add another $5,000 or $10,000 of coverage? And if they say yes, sell them another policy. You just now made that client worth more, and you've made more money without having to spend more money on ads or have to generate any new leads or paying for anything. You've just made more money. Or secondly, you can just check on them after your 9-month mark and say, hey, Miss Betty, if they say no, then you call them. I just want to see how you're doing. And in that phone call, guess what you can do? You can then go ahead and ask them, does their husband, do their wife, do their kids, do their grandkids, do they need any life insurance? Even though they don't need life insurance, what you can do is then take your current book of business and turn them to leads and then prospect and make more money. And you can use this nurturing cycle to continue to feed you leads, continue to feed you opportunities where you're never going to run out of people to speak to. And if you have more people to speak to than your competitor, guess who's going to make money? You're going to make more money. And the last thing I want to share with you is a simple strategy of reaching out to your conservation pipeline. How many people here have got a policy with someone, and then they're no longer on the books? What do you do? What do you do with that person? Well, if they're no longer on the books, a lot of times we're just finding more people to sell, finding more people to sell. But how about, this is a strategy that we use, and we literally close 10 to 20 deals every single week doing this, is we reach out to the people who lapsed. So what we'll do is we'll do this. Hey, Miss Betty, it's Peter. About 2 months ago, you had a policy. Are you doing okay? Yeah, what is this about? well, hey, I saw that your policy with XYZ company lapsed on you. And most of the time that happens, we get really concerned. Are you doing okay? She's going to tell you, yeah, I'm doing okay. Oh my gosh, I didn't know it lapsed. Well, Miss Betty, did you want to make sure that you have the coverage back in place so your son is taken care of? Yes, I do. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and rewrite the business, resell the business, get it back on your books, and have them make promises. Have Miss Betty promise you that she's not going to miss a payment anymore, that she's not going to, skip her bank's drafts anymore, and she's going to be there. A lot of times people cancel and they don't even know. So just spend that time to reach out to these people. See why their policy canceled. They might not even know, or they might got a new bank account, something changed. They didn't know how to call you back. They lost your number, and they're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And if they never fill out another form, they'll never buy life insurance again. So it's your job as the agent to go out there, hunt these people down, find them if they've lapsed, and sell them a new policy so their family is protected again. So use this little simple three-prong approach, which is the graded, call them 6 months, or guaranteed issue, simplified issue, 9-month, reach out to them, and then the conservation, or people who've lapsed or let go of their policies, call them and get them back on the books. I promise you, if you use this, it's like chef's kiss. You're going to make money without having to do more work, and you've already paid for the acquisition of your client, and you can get more money in that bank account. Love y'all. Know it works. Use it. Cheers.